disco ball, we light it up and burn it down. And the truth is you can't live without me, 'cause it's not that easy when the drug won't let you down. Cause it's a killer, drop dead, stone cold thriller, psycho love won't give it, we go round and round. Cause it's a killer, drop dead, stone cold thriller, psycho love won't give it, it's gonna take us out. Never come down from the high with feeling, and we're chasing demons through the darkness and the night. Oh, oh, feeling the heat as the flames burn brighter, the tensions rising through the smoke and through the lies. And the truth is you can't live without me, 'cause it's not that easy when the drug won't let you down. 'Cause it's a killer, drop dead, stone cold thriller, psycho love won't give it, we go round and round. 'Cause it's a killer, drop dead, stone cold thriller, psycho love won't give it, it's gonna take us out. 'Cause it's a killer, psycho love thriller. We go round and round. 'Cause it's a killer, drop dead, stone cold thriller, psycho love won't give it, it's gonna take us out. Cause it's a killer, drop dead, stone cold thriller, psycho love won't give it, we go round and round. Cause it's a killer, drop dead, stone cold thriller, psycho love won't give it, it's gonna take us out.
Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town,
To feel-good stories and messages of hope.
a few jokes and live calling,
Highlighting local businesses.
discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying a delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Here is a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
The Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Oh, where's the snooze button?
Freddie, it's time to get up. We got a show to do. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hang tight, guys. Pressing the snooze one more time.
And it's time to do a show.
Morning time, snooze button.
Welcome to the morning show. Look at her nail polish.
It's not all there. Oh, is it all there?
Orange.
Oh, it's like a progression of nail polish. It's like
Progression?
it's like there's tips in the. Some have it on the tips and some have it on the full nail.
Do you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
Is
I
that
just want to do something different.
It's very cool though. Matches your
what you
headband.
run out of
Yeah.
nail polish? Or you just did the tips?
You think you're short? How tall are
Just
you?
a short girl.
I'm not short. It's
What are
taller
you
than
talking
me.
about? You're 5'1".
That's what I said. She's taller than me. I don't think of me as short. Anyway, good morning to you. Happy Friday, everyone. We made it through another week, is all I can say. Sometime by the skin of my teeth is what I think.
I have nothing to say.
You got nothing to say.
Um,
What you got cooking over there?
It's funny. This weekend we're supposed to. All the rain is going up north. Do you see
Supposed to
the
be beautiful
storms?
this weekend. It was
North
beautiful this morning.
Carolina. No, not on the East Coast. They're gonna get bombarded with
Not
rain.
here.
Not here. I don't get what's going on.
It's lovely weather here today. Just like your son said.
I hate
It was a balmy 72 when I drove in this morning. The sun was shining. The birds were singing.
Now we start on Saturday. We go to fall. First day of fall is tomorrow.
It is.
First,
Yeah.
yeah, it's tomorrow.
Today's the 22nd.
It's tomorrow. I don't know by the date. I was
Today's
just
the
told.
22nd,
Look it
isn't
up.
it?
Yeah.
Look,
So the
somebody
first
look
day
it
of
up.
fall would be today then.
Tomorrow.
Maybe that person who told you is incorrect.
Oh, the 22nd is the first day of fall?
Yes, it's not the 23rd.
It says today. Yes, Daniel. And we do a show that Curly did yesterday. Actually, the board did a nice job in Chile, in South America. And it is there. Ours is our fall. It's their spring today. Do you know why?
Because they're on the other side of.
Because the earth slants and we get colder and they get hotter. So their summer is when our winters is.
So they're like on the other side of the
So
equator
they're
or something?
Opposites. So their spring starts today and our fall starts today.
So here's my lack of geography skills. I have no geography skills. Apparently, there's a huge influx of migrants coming through Texas, obviously through Mexico. It never occurred to me that people are actually walking from Venezuela all the way up through Texas. Who can do that? Think about that. They're walking
They're doing it.
from Venezuela.
Well, the latest and greatest from what I heard this morning.
How long could that possibly take?
It takes forever.
Can you imagine walking
the-
from
the-
Venezuela
The
through
car-
South
the-
America into United States?
The cartel has decided to bombard our borders with migrants. And they're doing it because they want to take the attention off of things that they want to do. You know, we are such a dysfunctional government.
Or a dysfunctional society.
No, government. Our government is so dysfunctional.
So are people.
So the Senate took off for the weekend.
Did they wear shorts and bathing suits, or
They
did
left.
they come appropriately
No,
dressed?
the Senate-
Did they come appropriately dressed
The
for the day?
senators left,
Okay.
knowing that the bill to keep the government open is due in 10 days. So they decided to take the weekend off. In the House of Representatives, there's infighting among the Republicans because they can't get their stuff together either. You got the mega Republicans, you got the moderate Republicans, and then you have the independent Republicans. You got three parties within one party, and they're all fighting each other. So nothing gets done.
Well, nothing gets done anyway. It's
So-
up to we the people.
So then at the end of the day, they blame Biden for all of this, which I laugh about. But they're sending troops down, another 1,000 troops down to the border
I
because
can't believe the amount of people that, I mean, it's, look at all that steam coming out of your cup of coffee. That's like that is commercial worthy steam. Did you see that?
Is that a cup of coffee?
Yeah, I don't see any steam though.
Me neither. She's hallucinating.
Look through the light. That's amazing. Like, we could totally shoot that as a commercial. Anyway, I so digress. The details of what it is.
Focus. So what are you guys doing this weekend? What is on the plan to start your Friday? Now you use Friday as a liftoff to the weekend, right? So what do you got planned? What is cooking? What do you got besides nail polish?
Me and my mom are driving to Orlando for the weekend.
Oh, wait a minute. The train is leaving for Orlando
Today.
They had it on the
Brightline.
news.
Oh,
Here's the thing, though.
You should go 2
It's
hours.
$80 a person.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Is there complimentary food and all that?
I don't think so.
It's like a little store. You can you have to use your phone to get in. You choose whatever you want and pay for it. after.
Hold on a second.
It's $80
Where'd you
a
get that?
person. I heard it this morning on the news. $40 for kids, $80 an adult. So say you're taking a family of 4 up to the theme parks. That's from Miami, so it might be a little bit less coming from Boca. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, we had to
Gas
spend,
doesn't
like,
cost that much to put in your car.
Well, how much does it cost to fill up your tank?
What,
$60.
$50?
60.
But you can put 4 or 5 people in a car. That's $80 for one
But you have to
person.
drive. How long does it take you to drive to Orlando? 4
4
hours?
to 5 hours.
4 hours, 4.5 hours versus 2 hours.
That's not, it takes 2 hours to get up there.
Does
Two and a half, yeah.
Oh, it took me 5 the last time because the whole road was
When I
closed
went to
down. It
St.
was
Augustine,
insane.
it was 3 hours.
But
Yeah.
still, I think $80 is a lot. But for people who are working and for business, it's probably a great option.
It's funny because I wanted to take the train just to say I took it, but not at that price. That's
It's
ridiculous.
It's like an airport kind of feel, but like train.
But sometimes it costs $80 just to get to Miami. If there's a good game down in Miami, it could cost from here down to Miami. It could cost
There's
you $80.
no such thing as a good game.
That's not true. Totally true. It could be. There's a lot of good games happening.
Who?
You got a lot of good games happening this weekend. We got to talk to our rep at Effect TV. Make sure we're set for Monday.
They called me to make sure we were set. I don't know if he sent it in. We got to call him today.
Yeah, so we got to check on that
We
also.
are Cincinnati versus the Rams on Monday.
You just gotta record for me because I'm not in the Boca region.
Oh,
so I won't be
okay.
able to watch it.
Well, I'm hoping that are we doing
Boca. Comcast.
Hot wire in Delray?
No,
It's $28.
we didn't put it in.
Yes, we did. I gave you a price. It included that.
I didn't pay for it.
You know, you stink. Well, I can't record it either because
Actually, I didn't pay for anything yet, so we can call them and see. I'm on a 30-day net, so I haven't paid for anything.
wow.
I know. See what happens? I told you it's going to be one of those days. What are your plans this weekend, guys?
I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights tomorrow, so
Is that open already?
good luck.
Oh my gosh.
Holy smokes. Oh, I'm so stupid.
When did that start?
A few weeks ago, I think. I don't know the exact date, but
You go every year?
no, I
Been before?
don't. Yes, but like when I was like little.
Wow, that'll be fun. I've never been. I don't do like scary Halloween. How about you, Josh? What are you up to?
I'm actually supposedly doing a golf tournament tomorrow
Nice.
with a couple of my buddies. I don't know if it's best ball or not, but yeah, we're gonna go out to a PGA course up in Jupiter and do a tournament up there.
What's it for? Or just for fun?
No, it's for a cause. I don't know what organization it is. I'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, I'll definitely take photos and all that and bring it back.
Very cool.
So,
Ramin?
what's up, Remy?
Remy Martin.
Remy
Remy from
Martin.
Ratatouille. I have a 1,500 word paper that I haven't started due Monday, so
Me either.
yeah, we both have
We
the same class.
How many pages is that about?
Like
Two
3.
and a half, yeah.
That's not too bad.
It's not too bad, except for like I know nothing about the topic.
So they've changed it now that spacing is different. When we were growing up, it used to be pages, and it couldn't be double spaced. It had to be whatever it was because you could extend it based on your spacing and your margins. But now they make you do a word count.
Yeah, because it has to be double spaced and there has to be certain margins.
I got a 10 to 12 page paper due soon. Yeah, I didn't start on that one yet. So.
On what?
It could be anything I want, which is good at least.
Well, that's easy.
What is yours on, Remy? Remy. Now you got me calling her Remy. Remy.
Remy. It's supposed to be like historical innovations on a film that was made before
Historical what?
Innovations.
1920s.
Ew.
Innovations.
Innovations?
Yeah, like in camera technique, stuff like that.
From 1920?
Like the camera?
Before the 1920s, 30s.
The
Yeah,
camera.
it's between the 1920 and 1930. We have to pick a short film and then write about, or like a film and then write about it.
Charlie Chaplin.
No, I already have a film, Sherlock Jr.
Sherlock.
Who's gonna do Sherlock Jr.? That's gonna look like we're cheating.
That's Sherlock Holmes' son?
It's this movie with I forgot his name, but like this really funny guy. It was a funny movie, so I'm gonna do
Buster
that one.
Keaton.
And it came out in 1930? 1930s? Or it's about the 1930s?
Was that a black and white, no
It's a
voice? Or
Black and white silent film. I think it came out before the 1930s, so it
Wow.
counts.
Charlie Chaplin. He was
It
a,
has to
You're
be
so funny.
something that we haven't already watched in class. And
Yeah.
we watched a whole bunch of Chaplin already.
You know,
So we have to find
Chaplin-
one that we haven't seen.
Chaplin was a gypsy.
Really?
No, not a lot of people know.
So
that.
what's the innovation? What are you writing about?
That's the problem. I haven't figured it out.
Yeah, but like there's this one scene in the movie where like I don't know, he like goes inside the movie and like just flicks through like different scenes where he like in different places. And I don't know, it seemed pretty advanced for the time. Do you know what scene I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's like on the snow and then he's in the rain and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like a movie within a movie. So like this was the time where they were like literally cutting the film, so they had to overlay the film on each other.
So that's like a editing innovation. That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
it was pretty advanced for its time, I think.
I would just compare how long it took to manually do all that versus how we can do it today on our devices on Premiere, just cutting and slicing and all that.
Yeah, that's my plan. Just like take up as much word count as I can.
On the editing side. And Grace, you're running board. You guys ever go to Disney? I guess it's Epcot, you know, where the little bubble, like it replicates itself, it breaks apart, and then there's all these little bubble guys running around. I feel like we do that to you. We like, there's Grace, and then we split her in half, and then we split her in fours. Next thing you know, there's like 1,000 little Graces running around. We're like, Grace, can you do this? Can you do this? Well, that's kind of what we do. Yeah.
You know what I say every time? Sure, I can do that.
I know you do. And one day you're not. One day you're going to have like a meltdown. And I just kind of feel terrible about it, which is why I asked you last night, are you good with all this? Last night was crazy here. We were late.
It's $99 a person.
My 80 was bad. Maybe my 80 was on sale.
I am so disappointed
Why?
because it's $99 a person. And they have hours. Like you can only go today from 9 o'clock and get there at midnight. Everything else is booked because everybody's doing
Well, today's
this.
the first day. Would you go on the inaugural train ride, like going on the Titanic?
Yeah,
You would?
yeah.
I would.
I'm not going to hit an iceberg on a train track.
You could hit a person.
That's okay. You hit a few people. I don't care
That's the
about
problem.
That. All right, I just
So
moved.
maybe it's 80 for
Move the
today because it's the
carcass.
first day.
$99. And I look into the weeks, $99.
Per person.
Yeah, and they're booked. It's like everybody and their parents want to go to Orlando.
Well, it's probably easier to get because you can just go to any Brightline station, you park your car, or you Uber, and you go.
This is from Boca. 99. I'm devastated. I thought it was gonna be like $40.
That's what we thought when we first went, because our class had to go to Miami-Dade, and at first he was like, it's only going to be $25. So we was like, okay, we'll do that. And then we get there, we had to pay for parking, which was $15. Then had to go in, buy our actual tickets. That was like $45, $50, and yeah. So
And you had to pay for parking too?
yes,
At the theme
In
park?
Boca?
You mean at Brightline?
$15.
Brightline.
Yeah.
You got to pay
15
for parking? To park your car there? Oh, that's just crazy.
When did that happen?
That I don't
So
know.
me and my
That's
cousin-
insane. You got to pay for parking and the ticket? It should be included in the price.
That's we gotta call them. We gotta get in the news on this.
So you're going with your mom. You're like a mini version of your mom. You guys have the same voice, the same expressions. It's crazy.
And where are you going to? Orlando? To Walt Disney World?
No, we're going to Leesburg to get some of her stuff, and then just visiting.
And then you're coming back the same day?
No, we come back Sunday.
Just watch your speed in Leesburg.
What speed? They're taking the train.
Speed limit. No, they're not. They're driving
No,
because the
they're
train's
driving.
expensive.
Totally confused.
I was driving Chelsea up for preview to University of Florida, and I was already like crushed that my oldest child was going to college. And I go through the toll booth in Leesburg, not knowing that you can only go 25 through a toll booth. And on the other side of the toll booth, and they pulled me over. I got a ticket. Get up to Gainesville. I park. I pull through the space so it looks like I've backed in. Can't do that at University of Florida either.
Got another ticket?
Got another ticket. And then I got a third ticket while I was on campus. It was a very expensive weekend for me, and it was a whole lot of tears, a whole lot of fighting tickets. So watch your speed going through the toll booth.
What is this new thing you do now where you back into parking spots? You who have a hard time doing front end now
Because
are
that parking lot was curved, and there was no way to get in it
So your car was
straight.
going to be a pretzel?
So there was no way to get into it straight. It was over by Chocolates by Mr. Roberts, and the chocolates they were good. I think I had one that had chili pepper in it or
Don't
something.
diverse.
It was
Do
so
you
the
guys-
parking lot was curved.
Do you guys back into parking spots or do you front
Absolutely.
end?
So I
You
can
you
leave.
back in?
Yes.
You guys back in too?
I think it's a guy thing more than a girl thing.
No, I don't back into anything.
Really?
I
When
will
I'm ready to
back
go, I'll
into
leave.
every parking spot except on campus because you'll get ticketed.
See?
If not, I will back in every single time.
On campuses, you can't
Why?
back in.
That's a girl thing.
I
You
know
back
more
in?
guys that back into
I like
spots.
half and half. Like at my house, I back in every time so I can leave like quickly. But like here, I park forward.
You know, that's different. I can't do that.
I think Zari backs in all the time too.
Yeah.
And G-Man. Most of the cars in this parking lot are backed
No,
in.
G-Man doesn't back in
Yeah,
here.
because they got cameras on their back
Yeah.
mirror. It makes that easier.
Yeah, I have a camera too. I don't like doing it.
I just be paranoid. I gotta leave.
Are you paranoid a lot?
Sometimes.
You ever go to Walmart?
When I
You go to Walmart and back
into
in too?
the public, I just get anxious.
You go to Walmart, you back in?
Yeah.
Because you're afraid you're going to hit somebody, right?
No, when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go.
You ever seen you go to a department store and people jump in your car when you're backing up? You ever see that?
There's always people, well, because people don't pay attention.
I know, but they see me backing up. Don't I have the right of way?
No. They do. People always have the right of way.
So they could jump on my bumper? One guy put his foot on my bumper and jumped off.
Like,
I was
sit back.
stopped, but he did it. No, he just to be a wise guy. So I got out of the car. I says, next time I'll hit you. What is it with people?
You can't say that.
I can't say what.
You can't say you're going to hit somebody.
He jumped on my car.
Oh, look who's here. New clothes again? No. Zari's in the house for the morning show. I have seen that. The Spider-Man outfit. Yeah. It goes with the Spider-Man thing you got her for her birthday. Yeah. All right, you want to take a commercial break?
Yes.
See what else we got cooking? All right, more to come on this Friday. We got to have some fun. No more grouchiness
Let's get
from
those
you.
papers about.
888-994-4995, Studio B. More to come, and we'll be right back.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
AM Media Production presents Tony Wilson, the Young James Brown. Join us October 12th at 8 p.m. at Savor Cinema in Fort Lauderdale. Get your tickets now at events.amp2.tv.
Here, and it shows them pearly wine.
World famous Johnny T is back on Thursday, October 19th at the Movies at Del Rey, featuring songs by Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. Join Johnny and his friend Mike Dutra as they pay tribute to the golden era of musical entertainment.
Either at 2 p.m. for Johnny's one-man show and at 7:30 for his duet with Mike Dutra.
See you there.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, Listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina along with spokesman Rob. So Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now. We're going to answer all of your questions and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone, call now.
If you have diabetes, would you like to eliminate painful finger sticks? Are you injecting insulin multiple times per day? Then you may qualify for a continuous glucose monitor. CGMs monitor blood sugar using a small patch placed on your upper arm or abdomen, and they use your smartphone to accurately monitor your blood sugar levels. Stop pricking and start scanning. Plus, CGMs are covered by Medicare and most private insurance plans. They can be shipped free of charge to your door. Call today to see if you qualify.
Give me the mozzarella. 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 Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty Richard Pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Away from negative infection.
And we're back.
So do you know, according to BuzzFeed, they say you can't judge a movie by its box office success, and these 19 films proved it by going from box office flops to acclaimed cult classics. Number one, box office flop, acclaimed cult classic I've never heard of.
Can I say it?
Yes.
2001: A Space Odyssey.
Any other ideas?
Jennifer's Body.
I've never heard any of these, no.
Where did that one come from?
It's a box
With
flop.
Megan Fox?
Yeah, it was a good ass movie, but like it flopped.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh, that was a flop.
No, it was a cult.
No, it's-
Financially, it was a flop.
It's definitely a huge cult classic.
It was a $60 million budget. Box office was only 47.6. So it was financially a flop, but apparently the number one cult classic. Shawshank Redemption is number two.
That was also a financial flop.
Number three, Hocus Pocus.
Oh, I saw that. That one I saw.
The Big Lebowski. Fight Club.
What? Fight Club? That was a flop. That was even a flop on cable.
Donnie Darko.
I can see why it was a flop.
But it made some money. They made that budget of $6 million.
So
They
what did
brought in seven.
So that's why it's a flop, because it only made $1 million?
Hugo.
Hugo.
Hugo's terrible.
Ever heard of Hugo?
Yeah, but it's not a great movie, so I don't know.
The Iron Giant.
That's what I said, baby.
Budget. You saw the animation on Iron Giant?
I'm guessing because the animation took too long.
What do you think the budget was on that one for the animation?
40 million.
15 million.
120 million.
70 million.
And how much did it make?
23.
What a bust.
Right?
But now it's a
Classic animated film, that often include as the best child-friendly film on their list.
Oh yeah.
The King of Comedy.
Never heard of any of these.
Oh what? That's with
Martin
Robert De
Scorsese
Niro.
and Robert De Niro. $20 million budget. It brought in 2.5 million.
What a joke.
That's what the Joker was based off of.
The Thing.
The original or the remake?
The Thing. The classic horror movie is now considered one of John Carpenter's best works in the stories of filmography, but it tanked at the box office on its release.
How much?
Just made a little bit over budget. It made 19 million. The budget was 15 million.
That's because of John Carpenter.
Idiocracy.
Yeah, what was wrong with that?
You've heard of these movies?
Yeah. I saw that.
$2.4 million budget, box office 495,000.
Wow, what a junk.
Steve Jobs.
Oh, the one with Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah.
Steve
That was
Jobs.
junk. How much?
Budget was 30 million, box office brought in 34.4 million. Warrior.
Well, I guess if it breaks even, it's not a bust, right? If it doesn't break even, it's a bust. No?
Children of Men.
Never heard of that.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That is a classic.
Number 15, 1.2 million to make it. It brought in a box office only 2.3.
Yeah, but it made
But
money
it's a cult
afterwards.
classic, right? It
made money
continues.
afterwards.
That's why it's on the list, because it made money afterwards.
Heathers.
No way.
Really? Seriously?
It's a bust. How much did it cost to make Heather?
Only 3 million, but it only brought in 1.1.
It wasn't that good.
Brazil.
Brazil?
Stranger Things.
Labyrinth.
Hold it, go back to Brazil.
Brazil.
How much did it cost?
15 million to make Brazil.
And what
Box
did it make?
office brought in 9.9 million.
Wow, Brazil?
It's a good
One of the great films of its genre, place of number 17 of the Guardians of all sci-fi fantasy lists attests to. Even the fans didn't flock to see it, perhaps due to the lack of an obvious target demographic. The movie has a lasting impression on Hollywood and has been inspiring filmmakers ever since. That is Brazil. I've never heard of it. Labyrinth.
R.I.P.
Even the draw of
Bowie.
David Bowie couldn't give Jim Henson's wonderfully bizarre movie commercial success, with the film barely making back half of its budget. Mulholland Drive, number 19. I've heard of that one, but that's an oldie. Oldie but a goodie. Amazing. Cult classics. The Iron Giant. Oh my gosh, I remember taking my kids to see that one.
I gotta tell you, and they're negotiating apparently to end a strike.
Yes.
But do you see how much money? And it's funny because if you put out $15, $30 million and it makes $34 million, you still made money. I mean, was it worth making $4 million? And then you have to distribute that with everybody who put money into it. Is it worth it?
I think a whole lot of the discussions are about AI, and even once they come to an agreement, then they have to go into the contract negotiations. And then you know who makes all the money? The lawyers who are drawing up the contracts, because then it's going to go back and forth. And I don't know whether there's going to be a generalized agreement as a contract, or is each, say, Universal, Fox, everyone's going to have their own separate contract of what they're going to allow and give.
You shouldn't be allowed to use people's image. That's like anything else. If Josh is in the movie and they're going to AI him for the next movie, they shouldn't allow that. He should say, no, you can't do that. My image is copyrighted. So I think that will remove the AI concept. If you don't have the looks, what are you going to do? They're going to bring in new actors anyway, because the actors in my generation are hitting 70, 80, and 90s. Those boys are going out the door. So they got to bring in new people, right? Sophia Loren just turned 88. Did you see her pictures?
I saw, well, she's beautiful, but I haven't seen her pictures recently.
Yeah, so she's unbelievable, that woman.
So we'll see what happens with the negotiations. What do you got?
None. I was just gonna say they just gotta change these blockbuster movies. That's about it. Because all the good movies are becoming independents, and they can only get money by going into Sundance or these film festivals and getting sponsorships through there. But all these big corporations are putting money into these superhero Marvel DC films, and that's what we're seeing.
But they're not cheaper to make.
They're not cheaper to make. It's just they're easy money grabs.
I don't understand why they're actually as expensive as they are.
Because all the VFX and the
Because they ain't paying them anyway. So where's that going?
They got to be paying somebody. 120 million went somewhere.
the computers that they have to render these scenes, they have to have super monster computers.
And how does an animator get paid by the hour to do these things?
I don't think so, just because they're working 60-hour weeks. So I doubt they're being paid by hour. They're probably being paid by project. Say they have to make a scene. They get $10,000 for it, and they're going to split it between all the animators.
Well, that's a bad deal. Whoever made that deal should be shot.
What do you think the food costs on these movie sets?
The food?
The food,
They
right? I
always
think
have
the food.
They'll always have food on the set.
I know, but so think about the amount of
24/7.
food waste, things that don't get eaten, because there's
what
no way they
do
can go
is
through it all.
They put food out, and then they take that food and they put it in another set. They bring in fresh
No, they
food.
don't.
Yes, they do. This is what
They put old food out and move it to a new
It's
set?
not old food. It's whatever isn't eaten. So if they have 200 donuts, and 100 donuts are left, they move it to the next
Oh,
set.
I don't think they're allowed to do that anymore. Not with COVID.
Wow.
There has to be
I
less.
don't
You
know.
can't move food. I think there's food laws. It's like here, you
What are you
can't
talking about?
reserve.
Dunkin' Donuts has tons of food, and
They throw it out at night.
they throw it out.
Yeah, every night all those donuts get thrown
Sometimes they
away.
give it to homeless people, but they throw it
All right,
out.
so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to Dunkin' Donuts, and we're gonna make a deal with them that we're gonna pick up everything. What time is they close? 12, 11, 10?
6.
No, they close at 9.
They close
So
at
can
9.
we pick up all those donuts they're throwing away?
I
I've
mean,
tried.
you can ask them. Like, some people will let you, but some won't.
I've
So-
tried, and they've said, I tried when the kids were in elementary school to donate them to a food bank or the homeless. They said they're not allowed. They
No,
said
like,
for legal reasons they're not
management, they
allowed
won't
to
let
donate it, so
you.
it goes in the
If
garbage.
you were to talk to somebody for that, it would have to be like unofficially.
Really?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. If I wanted to take it to church or something, these donuts, they won't
go
let
in the
me do
garbage.
that?
Nope.
Yeah,
I'll
like
give
there
them the
was this
garbage bag.
guy on, I forgot what social TikTok. Like, he took it to homeless people and he got fired over it.
He was videotaping that they were throwing it away every night.
Yep.
So
That's ridiculous.
That's why I think the food from these movie sets that they're feeding the masses, I think that has to go in the garbage. You can't move it from one set to another set. Maybe back in the 80s they did. But
That's just
now with
such a
food
waste.
laws and safety and viruses,
What food laws? You have that. First, everything's covered.
yeah, but then everyone's like, say there's a tray of bagels out, and everyone's like, oh, I want this one, and I want this one, or maybe I want that. You got everyone touching all the food. It's got to go in the garbage.
What people do you hang out with?
People-
they touch
people
every
touch-
bagel.
people
you
touch
guys
food.
touch every donut that was put in that box in front of you? Nobody.
No, but
does
people
that.
do. Not everyone is like our crew. I hate to tell you, there are people in this world that are not nice. And there are people in this world that are greedy. And there are people in this world that are only out for themselves.
You know how nasty some people are?
Thank you.
There were TikToks of people eating ice cream. They would eat the ice cream or lick the thing, put the cap back on, and put it back in the freezer for someone to buy. Or they'll do.
No, like the lady that started it got charged with bioterrorism.
But doesn't ice cream have like a
seal?
A seal?
Some do.
All right, word to the wise. Never buy ice cream that doesn't have a seal.
Yeah, but some
That's
of them are
crazy.
like the sustainable ice cream. They use cardboard boxes and they don't use the shrink wrap because plastic is bad for the environment.
No, they have a seal around the top.
Not all of them have a seal.
Well, don't buy those because that's dangerous.
But like for people in like food industries and stuff, there's like strict rules they have to get to. Like when I worked at Panera, we had to like recycle the coffees like every 1 to 2 hours, and we had to actually replace like whatever sanitizing solution we used to wipe down the tables every 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
That's why the food business is so expensive. What's your favorite food at Panera? Your favorite?
Yeah. I like
The mac and cheese.
Ew.
I don't like Panera.
They got a good chicken sandwich though. I'm not gonna lie.
Bacon turkey Bravo from Panera.
That is good.
Not like Panera.
I do like Panera.
I like it.
Why?
Because it tastes funny.
You don't eat healthy food though.
That's what it is. It tastes healthy.
It's too pricey.
It's
That's the
very
only thing.
pricey. Coffee and a sandwich will cost you like $20.
The agave
The lemonades are insane. There's like
they have a new line of flavored.
And Panera doesn't have pizzazz, like that. Where you go to eat, it's very sanitary. It's very boxy. You sit down with a sandwich. There's not a whole lot of energy.
You know what I hate when I go to a restaurant and it smells
Is
like
it?
a wet mop.
Yeah.
What?
Or bleach. 'Cause
What?
When you sit down at a restaurant in a booth and it smells like the wet mop that they just cleaned the floor with. You know those mops that you like that I'm like, oh, so glad that G-Man threw ours away.
Why?
Those like ropey mops that just smell bad. Yes. And the restaurants seem to use these mildewy, ropey mops. And you sit down, they cleaned it, but it just smells like mildew. And the table's just been cleaned because it just smells like bleach. And I would just want to get up and go.
What do you want it to smell like? Urine?
Not like mildew or bleach.
The opposite of stink.
We
is
went out
stink.
to a restaurant with some friends one night to a Mexican place, and Chuck knows I've got all these quirks about smells when I sit down at a table. And this table smelled like a dirty floor mop and bleach. And he looked at me. He's like, "You're not going to say anything." I didn't because my friends would have thought I was nuts. So I said nothing until we were done eating. He said, "You were dying in there, weren't you?" I'm like, "Yes." Certain smells just make me crazy.
Linda doesn't like sitting by the bathroom.
Well, I
So
get
it
that.
says the bathroom. See, but Linda's a magnet. Every time they see her coming, they put us by the bathroom. So it used to be me and Freddie and her, and we used to go to restaurants, and they always sat us by the bathroom. So Freddie already knew what was coming. He said, "Lady, don't sit us by the bathroom because we're just gonna get up and move away."
I've never had that issue.
No, you have smell issues, which
I
is
do.
even more.
It's that
worse.
mildewy, ropey mop. They should not make those ropey mops anymore. Whoever makes it, there should
They're
be a
the
way
best.
You love those mops, I know.
I do. You guys throw away my mop.
But the smell.
Yeah,
it's
but
like
you
just
can
holds in
change the
bacteria,
mop.
but you don't.
But
We
you
didn't.
don't
We
because
didn't.
you break every mop you break.
And then it gets like rusted on the top, and you just gotta get rid of the mop.
That's just a little oil and little goop you've gone, and there it goes. And everything you bring in here, you break.
I didn't break this
Every
last one.
broke.
I didn't break this last
Number
one.
4.
Someone else broke this last one, but it's put together with Scotch tape, so it seems to be
Yeah,
holding
but
its own.
you used it the other day and you went up, and there's another
So I
one.
went to fill it. I didn't know you guys had Scotch taped it closed. Yeah.
G-Man's hilarious.
He broke it.
He broke it. He goes, "Oh no, don't you break." He talks to it. "Don't you break on me. Freddie, we got tape."
I'm wondering where he is now because him in Iowa was hilarious yesterday.
He's the only black man in Iowa.
Pretty
only
much.
Jamaican man in Iowa.
I don't know where he
That
is
was
today.
hilarious.
Anyone heard from him today? The trip of a lifetime. Ever
And he
drove
went
cross
north.
country?
No.
Anyone ever drove cross country?
I have no desire to do
No
that.
No desire. You want to go? You want to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you do.
Well,
you
me and
you
my
ever
family
seen the
used to
movie
travel all the
Texas
time.
Chainsaw Massacre? You ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
That was the people that were going across the country.
I gotta tell you, just
No,
getting
they
out of
were
Florida
not.
takes forever.
They were.
No, they were not. They were going to the house that was next door to the guy.
They weren't they going across country and their
No,
car
no.
broke down.
No, yeah, no,
went to
the-
the house.
No. The guy in the wheelchair.
Yes.
His father owned that house that they went to,
Oh, I
and they
thought
were
his
staying in
car
that.
broke down.
No, they were just staying. Oh, the car broke down, so they picked up the one guy that on the side of the road. Yeah.
You ever seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
And I'm looking at these pictures Frank sent us last night with Johnny Depp in them. This is hilarious.
Johnny
Look at
Depp.
Andrew next
What's
to
his
Casey.
name? Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp.
Look at the size difference between Andrew next to Casey. This is hilarious.
That's just
Oh my God.
That's just an angle.
No.
Yes, that's an angle.
How is that even possible? Did you
It's
see
a
this?
lineman sitting next to a gymnast. I don't
Can you
know.
believe the size of Andrew? How tall he is next to Casey? Is he that tall?
No, that's just the angle, Dawn.
It's
That
just a
was
bad
the
angle.
Is that
It's
hilarious?
Hilarious. Yeah.
But it's really funny, Johnny Depp. It's
All right.
actually a good picture.
All right, I want to go over some of these
Okay.
interesting.
Thank
who
you,
wrote
Frank.
these, by the way?
Eric
did.
does them.
All right, this is Eric Isms. TV show you think is underrated.
Underrated?
Underrated.
Oh, there's a TV show that came out in the 90s called Freaks and Geeks.
Yes.
It's one of the greatest shows of all time. It got canceled after season 1. And it has a lot of big names. James Franco, Seth Rogen. I forgot the girl that played Velma in Scooby-Doo.
Linda something.
Something like that. But yeah, that was a really good show back in the day.
You think it's underrated?
Yeah.
You watch shows?
It's really popular now, though. Like back then it wasn't, but now it's pretty popular.
I don't like it being canceled after season 1.
No, it was like wasted opportunity. It was really good.
I have a hard time finding a show that actually engages my attention, other than like Chicago PD.
You watched it last night?
They're all in reruns because there's a writer's strike. No, I've been watching Only Murders in the Building, and every time I sit down to watch it, I fall asleep. So I
But
got
you must be a
then I got
thrill to
rewatch
watch
it
TV
again.
with.
By the time I sit down at night
I would
to
take
watch
a
TV,
smelly. I'll go to the pharmacy and get those smelly
smelling
things.
salt. Chuck used to do that to me.
No. They have like fart in a can.
Oh, no.
Smelly stuff, and I would go like.
Every time I would fall asleep on the couch, he wakes me up. And finally I said to him, leave me alone. I'm sleeping. Why do you continue
you
to wake me
snore.
up?
You can't hear the
He says,
television.
because I want you to watch this. Well, I don't want to watch it if I'm sleeping. So now I just go to bed. I get home, shower, work out, dinner, bed.
You don't have a TV in your bedroom?
Yes.
Well, you would hate me. Check it out.
That would make me, so he would do that to me and it makes me nuts. Because
Why?
if I'm sleeping, let
No,
me
you
sleep.
are nuts. They don't make you nuts.
Let
You're already
me
there.
sleep.
This
It
is-
takes
it
a lot
smells
of the
like
mildew.
We
I
can't
cannot.
eat
She
here.
understands the smell of mildew. It's a thing.
Oh, Lord. All right, anybody else has an underrated movie? Any options? No? I guess you guys.
There's one show
Superstore?
Yeah, Superstore.
It's good.
It's pretty good. Just
It's
don't watch
still
the
out,
last
right?
season.
Last season's not great, but like otherwise it's pretty good.
What about Parks and Rec? You guys ever get into that show?
It's yeah.
People love it, but yet I can't ever seem to get into
has
the
a show.
humor of it.
She has a show.
too
What show you
boring.
watch?
What was that? I recently just watched. It's called Why Women Kill on Prime. It's like different like little stories, and it all comes together at the end. But I think it's really.
They all live in the same house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like different generations just in the same house.
Yeah.
Another show is Atlanta as well too. The cinematography on Atlanta is absolutely beautiful.
Well, now they have that new thing that they announced on Monday Night Football. It was on Ion, and it's coming out with the saddle something Yellowstone.
Oh, that's coming. Well, that's on CBS now because I guess there's no content.
I binge watched that show. There's like 5 seasons. I watched it in like a month. Me and my roommate binge watched that show.
So good.
It's
Everyone says it's so good.
I love that show.
I watched The Walking Dead. I think it's 11 years or 10 years, 9 years, whatever it is. I watched it on a Memorial Day weekend from Friday to Monday. I watched all of it.
And what about Mad Men? Did you guys ever see Mad Men?
Yes.
Heard of
Th-
it?
I never saw it, but that was a huge cult classic where everyone was watching it. I never saw it though. About the advertising industry.
There's a lot of huge ones. The Wire, Sopranos, Breaking
You
Bad.
guys watch
Breaking Bad.
Sopranos?
That was the one about the meth lab, right?
Yeah.
Breaking Bad was good. You guys watch Sopranos?
Sopranos is good. The ending's
Ending
terrible.
sucks. And now they can't fix it because he's dead.
Problem.
Sucks. All right, favorite animated film.
Oh, for you guys, how you gonna do that one?
I got one. Casper, the Friendly Ghost.
Okay.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
I loved it.
We know the new one.
I'm only thinking of the live action one.
Yeah, yeah.
That
I
one's
like
fire,
it because
though.
they made him eat. When they ate, Casper ate, and they did poo poo. So they would eat a banana and come out poo poo.
Because he had no digestive
Is the
system.
version you're talking about have real like people in it?
Yes.
So that's not an animated film. That's
Oh yeah, that's not a late.
All right, so we're at this meeting
Roger
this
Rabbit
week,
is not an animated film
and he's
either?
trying to explain to them the
Mm.
difference between 2D, 1D, and 3D at
1D?
your old university.
I said 2D and 3D.
2D and 3D, and he's
said
having this whole
I didn't say
conversation, but he didn't say
1D.
1D.
I didn't say she made
He says
that
they
up.
try to explain to me between 2D and 3D, and even the head of the school looked at him like, "What?"
We could do 40. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're
What,
a
it's got,
product-
like, smells and
you're
stuff?
a
That's
product-
basically
You
it.
guys are a product of what they're teaching, and she didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
because you probably didn't say it right.
I said 2D and 3D. I didn't say 1D.
No, Lynn absolutely hates the animation program they have.
Well, Freddie told them it was the most amazing program that they have, and the animation program was so spectacular that every single student we get from there is fantastic.
And they should learn to use it. They should embrace it as opposed to running away
Yeah,
from it.
that's
'cause they
exactly
don't
what he-
understand.
If they invite you back, please tell them to make the semesters for animation classes be a full semester instead of 4 weeks.
They're not going to invite me back.
Corey-
They may invite her back.
Corey was telling us that everything should be 6 weeks there because the
Not
4
6 weeks. It should be 15 weeks, like a normal semester.
Yeah, but that cuts down the amount of money because you have to re-register for classes, and that's the moolah.
Not really, it should be the same because their credit, if there's 15
If
weeks.
you take 4 classes and it ends, and you take 4 more, don't you have to pay a new 4?
No, you still have to get the same amount of credit hours as you will in a 4-year span of going to college, but they're making these classes only 4 weeks long instead of 15 weeks, which is a normal semester.
Well, you guys don't pay per class a price?
Per credit hour.
Per credit? Like
Yeah,
4
yeah.
credits is more expensive than 3?
It's per credit hour. They still have the same amount of credit hours. It's just they will instead of having 4 classes stretched out for 15 weeks, they'll have one class 4 weeks, the other class 4 weeks, the other class 4 weeks.
Right, so
And you can't-
every class, those 4 weeks, that's one price, right?
Yeah, but you can't teach an industry profession in 4 weeks. You have to have that stretched out
you
over
can't-
15
no,
weeks.
they can teach it. You can't learn it.
Well, that too.
It's garbage in,
You
garbage
can't
out.
master it for
You can't
sure.
yeah, that's a mess.
It's the mastery of it. All right, best animated film. Are we still on that one?
Yeah, what do you got? I guess mines aren't animated enough. Roger Rabbit is not an animation either?
There's scenes that are full animation, but for the most part, no.
What's animated?
Anything that doesn't involve camera work or live action camera work.
So like like Space Jam.
Yeah.
That's not animated.
That looked pretty animated to me.
The newest Lion King is technically not animated too.
You kidding me? Cinderella animation?
Yeah.
No, Cinderella's animated.
But the one with Lily James,
The
no.
live action one is not animated.
The originals are animated, I guess. And
Is
everything
anime
has changed.
animation?
Oh yes. It's in the name.
He talked about
Animation.
that
You should have seen their faces when I used the word anime. The
Um,
guy from the hotel.
You gotta watch Akira though. That's probably by far the greatest animation movie of all time. Akira, and then if you want to go to 3D, all the Toy Story films.
too.
All
Toy
of them.
Story's amazing.
I'm still animation. Toy Story is an animation?
Yeah. It's 3D animated.
Toy Story, I gotta
will
tell
never
you,
understand.
is amazing. If you go to Toy Story Land in, where is it? Disney MGM. It's not
Yeah.
MGM anymore, but
Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios. Their Toy Story Land is spectacular. You got to take the kids.
What do you know about it?
You
Taking
got to
me.
take the babies.
It's the
Look at
first
me.
full-length 3D animated.
I've never been.
You got to take the
They
little
got little
ones.
toy soldiers walking around that are the size
So
of us.
cool. It's such a
Gotta
cool
take
land.
me. I've never been.
All right, you ready to wrap this up? Ready for the midday show?
Yeah.
We got Gary joining us on the Transact card. Frank Ruffolo and Richard Sosa will be in. And I'm not sure who else, but we'll see who else comes
Maybe
on in
some-
for this
some
Friday.
unannounced friends.
You have people coming in? You don't even know. All right, have a great afternoon, morning, everyone. Stay safe. We'll see you in a little bit.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.